What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Upstate Strengthcast. Today, we're joined by none other than the beautiful Chad and Logan at TriFit, but Mr. Ian McKay from Stronghand Fitness.
Oh, yeah.
Little round of applause.
Not the beautiful one, though.
Not the beautiful one. I don't know about that.
I don't know, man. When you shaved, I was like, damn, he is good looking as hell. Not to say the beard doesn't make you good
the
looking.
aesthetics, the symmetry of the
Gabby was
face.
just like,
This
he's
was-
got baby face.
This was for my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
But you don't get to ask who wants a mustache ride anymore.
She didn't want my
She didn't want the mustache ride.
Most of them don't
So he
say.
just like pulls out of his pocket, just
Well,
like fake
they do.
mustache.
But anyway.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so Ian actually, he hit me up yesterday, wanted to get a bro lift in.
Hell
so
yeah, dude.
we,
I had to get a pump on.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
clearly, guys, clearly. Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but
It's kind of gone away.
dude, your pump never goes away. We talked about literally the first set of tricep extensions, his triceps were already like flared up.
It was
Like,
insane.
are you like walking
My-
around like trying to fly or
My
what's up?
skin hurt. No lie.
Jesus.
Insane.
Yeah.
We did I call shirt tighteners.
Yeah.
And you start at 30
Okay.
on the stack,
Okay.
right? Not 30 pounds, but 30 reps. Okay, and then you jump a plate, you get 25 reps, jump a plate 20, jump a plate 15, jump a plate 10. And then you jump a plate 10 reps until you can't do 10 reps again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was fun.
That is a pump.
Yeah,
Pump
it was,
City.
yeah, definitely. I had a slab hanging off my arm. Yeah, so I definitely got to start doing more of those with my volume. So, but,
Nice. Hell yeah.
but yeah,
I don't think
But
I've
you-
done a good, like, bro pump in fucking
Oh,
forever.
God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought so.
This is the week to do it. Like, this was for
Yeah,
me.
you just competed, right?
Right,
This was
I
this
just
past
competed.
Saturday.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how'd that go?
Yeah.
Thanks for the listeners.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Touching numbers, touch
I
how to
competed.
Actually, you know what? Let's back it up for the sake of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who are you? What do you do?
Yes.
And what do you specialize in?
Ian McKay. I own Stronghand Fitness. I also do online coaching for powerlifting. I started Stronghand Fitness in July 2020,
Nice.
June 2020. Sorry, and we've got 6,300 square foot, 2 monoliths, competition benches, kilo plates, calibrated pound plates. We've got some different various bodybuilding pieces of equipment, 70 foot of turf, and we've hosted 4 sanctioned events, 3 charities, raised over $10,000 so far, and we've had several different seminars. And we've got a seminar coming up October 16th with Andrei Milanichev, and then our next sanction meets December 4th.
It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a well done in a
Appreciate it.
year,
I mean,
a little over a
yeah.
year.
Yeah,
That's
over a
great.
year,
Yeah.
Over years.
I was gonna say the amount of progress you've made.
Yeah.
I mean,
Running,
yeah.
that's great.
So,
man.
Oh
insane.
yeah, I hit
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah. No, your setup's
No doubt.
great, man. I've been there a number of
Yeah.
times. It's a sick spot.
I
You guys do a
appreciate
good
it.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And another thing I always emphasize on when we talked last time was the community that you're building up there.
Yes.
Like they come and very similar like how our communities are down here.
Yeah.
They came full force to the Norse
Yep.
event. As far as like if there's something happening, they're gonna kind of collect as a family and go, which I think is
Yeah, that's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
It's the right way to build it. So,
Yeah.
but so you competed this weekend.
I did. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, funny thing, you train weeks and weeks and weeks, and you think everything's gonna be perfect and everything's gonna align, stars are gonna align, the whole 9 yards. But I got COVID the week before. My daughter went back to school for 3 days, came home with COVID, and then it went through my wife and then me, and my quarantine ended the day before the meet.
Wow.
Nice.
So I ended up, I had some lung issues, basically just the crap built up in the lungs. But other than that, I was clear and free to go. I cleared it with my meet director, weighed in super late Friday night, and went in Saturday morning and just with the idea of I'm going to have fun.
Good.
You know,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I felt good. A week and a half did me good. I didn't train for a whole week and a half, and I was pretty pain-free.
That's awesome.
So went in and started. I always open up light, so I knew that it would be, it'd be something I could get.
That's super
Open up, around 90%, and then realized my head wasn't in the game. So I was there having fun, but I didn't realize when I threw 716 off my back for my opener and I caught it below my delts that my head was not in the game. I was like, I'm dealing with weights that can really seriously hurt me. I'm still in pain from it, honestly. So then I switched, I went 760 for my second attempt. It flew up, got a little forward on me, realized that I was starting to lose my ability to brace because of my lung capacity. Stepped off, and one of my clients and one of the top 10 athletes in the world for 198s, Eric Wilberg, was like, if you don't go 804, I'm pissed at you. And I'm like, in the moment, I was like, all right, let's do it. You know, I let the fact that I was there to have fun get the best of me, and my client was like, let's do this, you know, let's do it, which is fine. I think if I hadn't got COVID, it was definitely there. But walked it out, could not get air into my stomach to save my life. I couldn't brace. You could probably put your hand in between my stomach and my belt. Went down and just didn't come back up, and that's fine. You know, they helped me up. They were good spotters and loaders, and you know, I was safe. I didn't get hurt. The cool part, it felt light on my back.
That's good.
That's
awesome.
There.
So, and guys, just to reiterate, we're talking about 804 pounds here.
This is not.
This is not your,
no
350.
Honestly, it felt like the first time I'd squatted at 800. So, a little bit of background. I did several years of competing in wraps, and so wraps do give you a little bit of an overload ability. So, my best in wraps is 881. So I've felt 800 plus several times, and it felt like the first time I picked up 804, and it was weird. It was like I felt it, and I was like, I tried to pull my air in, and I couldn't, and then I tried again, and I still couldn't get any air in. So I was like, well, I'm going down. I was
Take the wheel, Jesus.
I was like, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't.
Come on, stretch reflex.
So perspective, my best in sleeves is 782.
Okay.
At my previous competition, and I repeated it in training by myself the week before because I closed down the gym because some people didn't like it, but you know I needed to train. I didn't have COVID at the time, so I closed the gym down, trained, and then cleaned afterwards. And I squatted 780, basically 782 by myself. On my birthday.
That's a hell of a birthday squat.
Yeah. So I was very confident going into the meet. 804 there. But then I got COVID and it just took some from me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that ability to brace is everything.
100%.
So then went into bench. Still was having fun. I was competing with this other guy, Tyler Parlier, and. You know, I was just giving him crap the whole time. He was giving it right back. And bench felt great. Like, it was trucking. Opened up with 501, and it was just stupid fast.
Shut up. Opened with 501. God.
And then went to 534, felt a little bit of a pinch in my left pec. Ended up making my lockout a little bit funky. Got it just fine. It was fast. It was easy. Decided to go 556 for a third. And it was so close that I think if I had done 551, it would have been there all day.
That's bench, man.
But that's
so
it's one of those. It's the part. That's the part of the sport. It's not necessarily a guessing game.
Right.
On that day, it was for me because a week before I didn't even know I was competing.
It's hard to gauge how much you're going to be able to put out. Are you well rested or are you fatigued? You know, it's
right.
A little both.
And I hadn't taken a full week and a half off before. So it might be a thing now.
I mean, I hear a lot of guys liking that whole week off prior to, particularly at weights you're lifting, man.
Wasn't that Greg Knuckles that said that? He was like, everybody should take off about 2 weeks a year.
That was 2 weeks, don't touch the iron. But I think that was largely as just a life recovery sentiment, not like a peak week, you know what I mean? So, but almost a week and a half off like that, I'm like, that actually sounds pretty decent for a peak for you.
I was in a lot of pain in training.
Even more reason to take the time off.
Time off took a lot of that pain away.
Exactly.
Well, when you're at your skill level too, it's not as detrimental as if you have somebody who's like very new to the sport. Who needs that practice.
Right. You need that specificity leading into the
meet. But you've done this. You can do this in your sleep. You
100%. We're not going to lose your squat.
You could probably squatted something pretty decent with.
I feel like I could have bested my best. I could have done 787. Maybe 793, but
Yeah.
I knew if I was in the 790s and I didn't put 800 on the bar, like
You'd hate it. Yeah.
why am I even here?
I mean, we can still blame Eric. That's why.
All Eric's fault.
He's not here, you know. Fuck that guy. I mean, he's super nice guy.
He's competing September 25th.
He's soon, yeah. I saw a little post, man. It's
we're
almost like retirement or something.
Thinking,
What's he talking about?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
He is. He is.
But we're
So
looking
strong,
we're
so
looking
smart,
at a
but-
1900 plus total in sleeves at 198.
He is such
That'll
a
put
monster.
him top 5 in the world.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's great.
Sadly
He's
though, is
seventh.
number 1. Huh?
He's 7th?
No, I think he's right at 10.
Is he at 10?
Yeah.
He was
We
up there
so
for a minute.
the,
Or maybe
I
that was his
took I
reps.
took over his training 2 weeks before his last meet
Right.
in Miami,
Yeah.
and because we went 9 for 9, that kept him top 10.
Oh.
Gotcha. Okay.
So and then the like the number 1 and number 2 spot, they haven't changed. They've competed, but they haven't really changed positions. So I don't think anybody's. I haven't looked at it in a little bit.
I haven't either.
He should be like right there at 10,
Right
or
on.
9.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this should put him
That's
5.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
still impressive.
Very
Yeah, and he got really close training total, which we do a specific style of peaking with a super compensation effect, where you can generally get anywhere from 2% to 4% above what you hit in training.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
so I'm very excited for that. I can't go though.
Why?
It's in Virginia Beach, and we've been doing too much traveling lately.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I understand that. It's like event season though. Like
crazy, man.
Something's
Yeah.
happening every weekend.
Yeah, it
so,
really is.
yeah.
The end of the
Trying to
year
balance
is
it
always
all.
good. Like, I mean, everybody gets just good weather, good time to be traveling, I suppose.
Yeah.
now,
Right.
has people coming into the gym slowed down for y'all?
No,
No.
we had
No?
our best month ever last
Yeah.
month.
Really?
Yeah.
Best membership
So that's
total.
what
we've
I
also
was
been
talking to
adding
you about
All
earlier.
this stuff. We're hoping it's all
Yeah,
part of it.
yeah.
Is
And-
new equipment in the building
Yeah,
and shit like that.
that brings excitement too.
Yeah.
When because I'm the sole owner person at the gym,
Yeah.
I see a decrease when I'm training for
Because you can't put
because
as much
my
effort towards that.
efforts
Okay.
on
Sure.
something
That makes sense.
elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's something I'm gonna have to work on. You
No,
know,
totally, man. I mean,
getting.
I
Well, yeah, we
would
can
100%
tag
not be
team
able
it
to
a
do
little
this
bit,
if
yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
for.
I mean, I don't know
Right.
how you do it alone.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't have done it alone.
I don't know.
Period. Like, I don't. Dude,
Yeah,
you're crazy.
I wouldn't make it past the first
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
No, yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have called it
On the
quits.
same
Yeah.
on the
Dude.
same note, I I don't know how. Like I guess if I had the right person, you know, doing it with
Sure,
someone else,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what you have to do.
that was
Someone's
tough for me to
got
grasp.
strengths that you don't have. Like
Right.
Logan's strong at everything I'm not, for sure. You know. So.
Yeah, I don't even then. It's just we've been able to work with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Like-
And you got started this together.
Yeah,
Y'all started
yeah.
as co-owners. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
good. Y'all have the same
Yeah.
vision and
And-
align, and
Yeah.
you work together.
Yeah.
So,
I think we were able to have that couple of years where we were like, we fed off of each other's training. Like, we both came in as bros, fresh out of school, and then
Yeah.
we were like, one of our other dudes, friends, started introducing us to strength training, and then we got into that, and then it was like, and then we just saw the world of the gym sphere was like lacking in so many things. And we just had the same vision, and it was like, but
that's
dude,
cool.
I don't know how you do it alone.
Yeah.
Hands down would have quit if I didn't have Chad.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's just hard.
God,
it's
It's,
tough.
if you're so focused on one thing, it is hard to tackle other aspects. So like we do a little bit of divide and conquer kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you're gonna
Yeah.
tackle this week. I'll tackle this. And, so,
Yeah, I suck at delegating.
yeah.
Oh, we do too. Yeah, we can talk to each other about
Yeah.
it, but like,
Yeah.
I'd rather if I can't like.
I
Don't do it if you
I-
can't take care of
I-
yourself.
I think
Yeah.
that's a phase of any entrepreneur
Yeah.
maturity. Like,
Yeah.
because I've experienced myself, like, over the past year, had I talked to Jacob last year about, like, leadership, totally different strategy.
I wish.
Like,
I wish we had that
you know,
phone. You could
I was
just
gonna
call
say,
it
yeah,
yourself,
like, hey, dude,
sit down,
don't
take notes.
don't buy that. Don't do this, okay? Yeah.
You gotta warn you about your kids.
Yeah.
Morty.
Morning.
You gotta
Right.
do something about your kids.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And you're the sole owner of the nutrition store, right? Like
So,
that is just you, right?
on paper, I'm 90%.
Okay.
So we have a silent partner who's 10%, and he actually came in this February.
Okay.
So he's relatively new.
Nice.
But he's a great resource to have because he's also a medical doctor. So he kind of helps us connect with a lot of the medical areas. Because, dude, I mean, most doctors are kind of told no supplements, right? Don't trust them. FDA doesn't regulate them. But he's kind of helped bridge that gap and also been a huge mentor to me. So, but yeah, so pretty much me though. I still run the day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
But
you got a good crew too, man.
Oh, they're amazing. Absolutely incredible, dude. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if I could talk to Jacob a year ago, I was still doing the ordering. I was still doing the cleaning, the maintenance, the Instagram.
Yeah. Now we were doing that up until a year ago. We were still doing the cleaning and everything.
Everything, dude. It was. I mean, well, I don't know, I think there might be some light sides to COVID and the necessity of things we had to start delegating out because of it.
Yeah. I think to some degree you have to do grunt work first so you can learn to figure out all the kinks, right? And grow an appreciation for it all.
Well, then I know that was we literally got to the point where it's if we don't do this, we're gonna swallow a bullet. We've got to bring it on. And I mean it's something that also talking about mentors and people talking about if you get the people, you get the right we become the bottleneck.
Yep.
And if we can outsource some of that, then and we've had so many conversations where it's we'll look out at that gym and look at the members we've brought in, look at the things we've built. We literally did that. What other things can we build? What other things can we put our efforts to? We're able to do those things.
Exactly.
We've already proof of concept that let's do more. So we got to push that off to other people.
And it's our job as the entrepreneur and business owner to create the business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not always be in the business. Yeah. And that's something that when you start it from nothing, and I was talking to you about this before.
Exactly.
It's so hard to let go and convince yourself. And we were having that conversation. Yeah. I want to be at the store all the time.
Yep.
But I know I should probably be on my computer at home.
Yeah.
And you gotta learn, you gotta learn how to say no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bad at that.
Oh, yeah.
And
we're getting better at that because there's been some people where it's just
I struggle with that, man.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Well, it's last night I was trying to leave and Joe was technically covering the floor and I had one, hey, will you show me this? I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, you show me this too.
Oh, if a member asks me something, that's my weak spot, man.
Damn it, I do want to watch that squat actually.
Mine's the worst when I get together with people like y'all because we're all wanting to create things. And I'm like, dude, let's do this project. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And I start it and it's crickets. All these other things going on. So, but yeah. So, it's a beautiful thing at the same time, though.
It is.
So.
Yep.
So the rest of the meet went well?
Yeah, so really well. Bench, I missed that 556. I mean, barely. I'm still I don't know. Eric sent me a bunch of videos. I haven't looked through all of them. My miss might be in there, but I swear it was an inch from lockout. And I was yelling at the bar. and then I heard take it. I was like, no. Oh, I knew it wasn't going anywhere. Right. my will and determination was only getting me so far. So, deadlift's my arch nemesis. Pretty much all
just
my
so
life.
Tell us about that because I want to bring up that for someone that over squats their deadlift.
Yeah.
I can't fathom squatting anything near what I can deadlift. So I just want to pick your brain about it. But go ahead, man. Tell us about that.
So, deadlift's kind of been an arch nemesis of mine. Something that I talked to my coach about after this meet in my follow-up email. After last meet, which was a pretty quick turnaround for me, May to September, we took a full month of just doing snatch grip, deficit work. And when I came back to comp style deadlift, I had forgotten. Basically, I thought I knew what I was doing, but I'd forgotten. Excuse me. So I'm not really built for deadlifts. I mean, I'm just not. I'm 6'2". I have long femurs, short shins, and short arms. So for me to deadlift has been a struggle for years and years and years.
Sumo.
The thing about sumo is because my arms are short, I have so much travel on my legs and long femurs.
Dude,
so much
that's
travel.
That's the reason I'm any good at bench press. Short upper arms, big rib cage makes benching super easy, guys.
Yeah.
What do you do to bench? I'm like,
thank my dad.
Yeah, has nothing to do with. I mean, time and effort, but it just came natural,
Yeah. Well, that's another story.
Yeah.
But I actually sat down with Gabriel Didden because I was just I was pissed off. I had 7:05 scheduled for me, and I was super excited about it. Got up to it, and missed it. I was like, what in the world's going on? Like, I know I'm stronger. Like, my back's bigger. Like, I know like things are moving really fast in the 600s. And then I retook it and I got it, but it was just barely there. And so I was just frustrated. I was just sitting there in my office, and Gabe was sitting over there, and he was my intern for the summer. And we were just like, well, let's look at the video. And just something he said about making a little bit better flow, I guess, for the setup, just stuck with me. And then the very next, that week I had a PR deadlift that I was attempting, a 655 for 3. And I didn't end up getting it because my hand like literally tore like a whole inch of skin off of my hand on the third rep. Yeah. But they were flying. I was super excited about it. And then the next week I had to do straps. And then the following week I got COVID.
Oh, man.
So perfect. I had 3.5 weeks of me thinking about this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I almost created this like desire or I'm losing the word right now, but it was like a need.
Like you manifested.
A yearning. Right. A yearning, yeah. And I created that in my mind, so I was all the time I was thinking about that flow that I found. And so on meet day, the first time I deadlifted without straps in over 3 weeks, I found it right away because I'd been yearning. Yep. And I ended up pulling 722 on my second attempt for a 2.5 kilo PR for my previous meet, and it was stupid easy. Went to 738 and pulled that barely. The biggest thing was I was starting to lose grip, but ended up squatting 760 and pulling 738. It's probably the closest that my squat and deadlift have ever been together.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
like 1460 right there, 1450. Yeah, that's awesome.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
The total was,
no big deal.
2023, right?
2033.
2033, yeah.
So that was 5 kilos short of my last meet. So here's the cool part. Last meet I water cut 10 pounds, and was actually the previous week I weighed 16 pounds more than I weighed in, and I weighed in at 330 in May.
Yeah.
And I told 2044, and I got 8 out of 9 lifts.
Wow.
This last meet I got 7 out of 9 lifts, weighed in at 7 p.m. on Friday night, eating all day, weighed in almost a whole pound less.
Wow.
When I water cut, and total 2033, missing 2
and after
lifts.
being sick too.
Yeah, dude. That's insane.
So I know, like,
that's good. Yeah.
I was set up for 2100 plus. That
yeah, right.
And it'll be there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's easy. Damn impressive though, man.
Yeah. I'm
awesome.
excited for the next one. I don't know when it'll be, but I'm excited.
Well, kudos, man.
It's awesome.
And you put in the work and stuff like that. And,
of course.
And you've been blowing up.
I'm trying, dude. I'm just watching you. I'm just like,
What was your last total?
1696.
1696.
I needed 10 more pounds to get an elite total. I'm like,
oh man.
But I went 9 for 9, so I was like, I can't.
No,
I had a
that's
unicorn.
a good day.
And I was like, it was a good day.
Yeah,
Everything was a PR. My squat was my absolute. Like that was a 10 RPE plus like 573. Bench 440, which was cake. Like that was stupid easy. But I just wanted to. I think I threw 5 pounds on top of whatever the state record was at that time.
Cool.
And then deadlift 683.
Oh yeah,
nice
man. Thought about 700. Tried it like 6 days later. Didn't happen. I got it like just to my knees.
Probably wasn't there on midday.
Oh yeah.
And that was a good choice.
Yeah. Gabby literally made all the choices, man. I was just like, you tell me what to do. I'm no ego here, and it was a great day. So I'll compete again.
And the 804 was definitely ego.
Yeah.
The 804 was
yeah. Well, so that's the thing. So it's like there's quite a few lifters out there that are squatting well over what they can deadlift. I don't know if it's just the stretch reflex or what, but why do you feel like you've always been like your squat's your thing, man? Like when you watch it, it's like okay, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Right.
You're
like,
right.
You know, is it strictly your technique? Is it like your build?
There was a time. It's some of it's to do with my build. My body does not get as beat up from squats. You can put as much volume and intensity on my squat as you want, and I'll be fine in 2 days.
Complete opposite.
Yeah, complete opposite.
Deadlift, because think about the range of motion that I'm moving the bar.
Yeah.
On squat, it's probably I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet that I'm moving that bar, and literally almost half of my body length that I'm moving the deadlift bar.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're probably looking at more. So what is the work equation? Is power equation.
Or no,
where it's distance and I tried to get all math.
For the power, you're just talking about the power equation?
Yeah.
For power?
Yeah.
It's work over time.
Work over time.
Yeah.
But it's work and distance. Or work is split
I
up
know
in
what you're talking.
distance
My
and
force.
Work over time.
Force and
divided
hold on,
by, like, the distance.
Yeah, physics.
Yes.
I'm like trying to
Yes.
regurgitate it, but
The only one I can remember
yeah.
is force equals mass
This
times area.
This is what happens when I try to be smart.
Yeah, no, but I've experienced the same thing as far as like my squat. I don't recover well from, but then again, I need technique work for my lower back.
Yeah.
But deadlift, dude, I've always just been
Yeah.
very, very just primed
And
for
some
it.
people, some people are just natural.
Yeah,
You and I naturally benched right,
right.
or correct.
Yeah.
And we may not know that how it was done. Like I
Right.
look back at my videos when I was a young kid. Like I benched 405 when I was 19.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Like I didn't even know what creatine was. I just got in the military. Like I was just like bodybuilding basically.
Right.
And then I was like, hey, someone was like, you're strong.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm strong. Okay.
Do this
Thanks.
405. And then I overthought it.
Mm-hmm.
And I stalled out for a few years because I overthought it and I tried to change things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look back at old videos and I'm like, oh my God, I'm an idiot.
I had it.
I was doing it right back then. I just but I think I had to go through that process to learn to relearn it.
Yeah.
And now I coach it really well.
Yeah.
So
I went through a phase myself where it was like one program to the next every week.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would do like, I'm gonna do starting strength because it's high frequency and I'm an intermediate or I'm a new guy.
Yeah.
And then I jumped to like juggernaut method or 5-3-1.
Yep.
It wasn't until like I actually shut my brain off and just followed 5-3-1 for like 2 years straight that everything just went through the roof.
Yep.
So and I'm not even a huge fan of 5-3-1 for most people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just following the program.
I suggest it a lot to people.
Yeah.
So we're all over the place, but it's okay, right?
Sorry.
That's how these things go.
Just different tangent. That's the whole point.
I have people approach me for programming or coaching all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, and I guess this is just something I'm started to be able to pick up on, you can kind of gauge just someone's true interest. And so there's a lot of times where I'll be like, hey, just go online, get you 5-3-1, it's free.
Yep.
You can find it free just about
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's very easy to get.
Follow that for a certain amount of time, and then if you're truly interested in being specific with your training, come get me.
Yeah. There's a very mature thing to say. Most people, I'm going to capture that dollar right away. Right away, you identify as just like, it's hard not to. It's just like because you get so few, client.
Yeah, it's like you're digging for scraps.
Exactly. Yeah. But over time, you can learn to okay. Probably what's best for this person is this. They don't need quite the attention to detail. They really just need to. What is it? The best plan is the one that you'll stick to the longest. Pretty much, So
it goes the same way with diet.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully that establishes trust. Because this guy could have charged me X amount of money. Yeah. But instead, he's giving me this free resource. So they're more likely to come back to you in the end.
Yeah. And then they've built a good base of solid understanding, which some of my programming is based off of 5-3-1.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's an easy transition.
Right.
We're working in that 70% range most of the time.
Yep.
So it works out really well.
I was gonna say beyond 5-3-1 too. That his next book, I think is incredible. Yeah. Like there's so much you can do with it. I always recommend that version, especially for people like bodybuilding. He actually throws in a little bit more volume.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Nice.
That boring but big, you can only do so many times. So.
100%.
So, but
most people that start with my programs are like, I thought I was powerlifting. I was like, yeah, but you were building a base first. we don't get into the powerlifting stuff until we're starting to peak.
Like, what is this?
When Kim reached out to me, that was the exact same response I got because whoever she was working with before, a gentleman named Zach, it sounded like he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Within the first week, she's just like, yeah, I didn't do this much volume before, and I'm like, 3 sets of 6? Like,
volume?
Yeah.
You keep using that word, but...
Yeah. So, she's all about just, like, triples and above. Like, max effort. I'm like,
no, it's not sustainable. It
Yeah.
really is not. And honestly, we talk about consistency.
Mm-hmm.
I think broad range consistency is key. Specifically, like if you get down into the week to week or block to block, things do have to change, but in a consistent manner, right? And that's that broad range consistency.
That's where the mesocycle comes in.
Right.
Looking at things from a broader perspective, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, like you guys were saying, that are new and not used to like that much volume. The same goes for the opposite end of the spectrum, because I deal with, I don't want to say kids, but novice lifters.
Sure.
Doing German volume training
way
overkilling. Like 10 sets of 10 on everything. You're like, dude, you're not recovering at all. And you know, and so, and then they'll ask to work out with me, and they're like pissed, like, dude, you just did 3 sets of 10. Like, what else? Like, what else do I do? That's it. We're good.
That's
you know,
Minimum effective dose. That's all I need.
Right?
Absolutely. I did a story post yesterday about that. I was just harping on that.
That was Mountain Dog, right?
I think either him or Lee Haney said that. Yeah.
What do you say?
Stimulate,
not annihilate.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the old IFBB pros did. I don't know if it was John or Lee, but it was one of them. So.
But everybody wants to argue about like which methodology is like best for everyone. But it's like, but no one really wants to talk about the whole recovery thing, which is arguably more important than any other training stimulus you can think of.
And I blame kind of the fitness world because it's progressive overload. You've got to increase volume over time.
Right.
Yes. But you have to recover to that volume increase. Like you have to be able to adapt to it. If you're constantly adding more volume and killing yourself, driving into a hole.
So like it's almost weird. I'm like at this point in my career and just like experience in lifting, I'm not that impressed by someone who's willing to work that hard in the gym.
No.
What I'm really impressed with is some dude that was like, yeah, dude, I got like 8 hours of sleep last night. I'm like, good for you.
Give me the secret.
I'm like, please, can I have that?
Yeah, give that to me.
Well, you're a dad, so you don't get that either. But but that's not sexy. That's not like that. It's boring to everybody. You know?
It's another phase of maturity.
Sleep better. It's like, you do. You know, and you know, powerlifters are notorious for just being awful eaters. You know, a lot of them. You know, it's just like I'm just eating to get bigger. It's just like, well, not really, dude. You're just eating. Like that doesn't. You know, there's no guidelines.
Serve a purpose.
You're fat 200 grams a day, and your protein's under 100. That doesn't translate.
I enjoy my week after the meet because that's the week that I just eat whatever.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
But then next week it's back to work. You know, same thing every day. I got to a point last meet prep. I don't know what was going on. I just started to get to the point where I was physically hungry, and I would start eating and immediately want to throw up.
Oh wow!
It sucked. Because that was the first meal of the day, and I've got another 4,000 calories put in.
Can you play it?
But it's like I'm hungry. I'm physically hungry. I feel that need, that requirement, and it doesn't want to happen. It sucked.
Especially the foods that you probably need to eat. You know, high in protein, decent carbs, fats where it needs to be.
And digestibility too. I think that's a fundamental thing that people overlook. It's one thing like calories in, calories out, but especially for performance sports, not really bodybuilding, but like if you guys are trying to perform your best, you don't want any gastrointestinal inflammation, you know?
Absolutely.
Like that was one thing that Stan Evering really turned me on to in his vertical diet was you aren't, you know, the saying is you are what you eat, it's you are what you digest. If you're not able to uptake the things that you're putting into you, then your uptake of those micronutrients, the macros, the energy, so like all that stuff's in there. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
And then the whole system falls apart.
Exactly.
That's not there. You know, calories, protein, fat. It don't matter if you're not digesting it.
Absolutely. Exactly. Are you doing you're not doing a bodybuilding show anytime soon, are you?
No. I have friends that keep trying to get me to, and I'm just like, Right now, as busy as I am and everything, like, dude, me trying to be in a deficit, my employees would hate me, my friends.
I enjoy the happy, Jake.
I don't want any of that.
Jake, what's up, man? What do you mean, what's up? Nothing, bro.
I don't know, you tell me.
Here's a scoop of peanut butter.
Not my calories, I'll tell you that. Shit. So, no, I've considered it, though. Like, I've cut a little bit earlier this summer and got pretty lean, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to, but Just that.
You get right to that, the 6-pack showing, but you're not in a deficit where it sucks. Yeah, like you're happy with life. Everything's like you're right on that line where right when you dip under, you're gonna be like, why the hell did I do
that's
this?
The thing. Like I'm blessed to have pretty thick abs. Yeah. So like even at 10% body fat, they're pretty defined.
Right.
Yeah. Where I would take a loss is like my glutes.
Sure.
My like back fat. That's where it all shows for me. So here I would be like getting on stage thinking I'm lean, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh yeah, there's my cellulite, you know.
So, quarter turn again, quarter turn.
Just call the turn. Quarter turn off the stage. Goodbye. Yeah.
So I think I'm actually gonna do a physique show.
Do it
next year, dude.
That'd be awesome,
I haven't done one yet. I've talked about it a couple times. I even trained a few people for it. And, but I've yet to get up on stage and put on my skivvies. So I'm like, I need to just do this.
Might as well, man. Honestly, though, at the local level, the competition that you see at these shows, guys like us would honestly do pretty well and not have to diet very much. And I'm not saying that to discredit competitors, but at the small show scale level, people have been lifting for a long time.
I think it's the same thing I see in powerlifting. Is like I'll never forget one of our dudes, but he benches 405.
Yeah.
Or no, he was like before we were talking. And he's like, I just want to be strong enough to be good at a powerlifting meet. And then he sits down and I spot him literally pause press a 405. I'm like, what do you mean? You would be what? Yeah. I feel like there's so many dudes just like in the gym that whether it's bodybuilding, power, whatever the sport is, you don't like. You don't understand that you are probably at a really strong level locally. Right. Okay, you've only seen the elite level competitors. Exactly. No, go ahead, get in there, get on, do a show, do a competition, whatever it is. You're probably gonna be fine.
Absolutely, yeah. But social media, it's made us all feel very weak.
And
very small.
I keep reminding myself of Teddy Roosevelt, man. Comparison is the thief of all joy, and it's the one thing that you keep scrolling in there and comparing to high level stuff. So.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
And with that, I think that'd be a good closing remark, unless we want to add anything else. Ian, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate it. And guys, so you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, and also Amazon Podcasts now.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. So, make sure you check it out, listen, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Daddy Bezos.